world, this is Computer Heat here. I am testing out OBS for making these recordings, so hopefully you'll see that the mouse cursor actually looks the way it's supposed to, and that there is a black bar covering up this spoilerific progress bar. That's cool and all. If this all works out, then you'll see this video, otherwise you won't. But this is a match between Cataclaw and StC-Dong. And I'm not sure who StC-Dong is, but he's someone who's very highly ranked on the 1v1 and 2v2 ladders. Some kind of Smurf-ish name that he's using. And if you know, leave a description in the comment, or leave a comment. I'm going to link to the replay in the description of the video, so someone can pop it in the replay analyzer later and figure it out, do some detective work that I didn't really feel like doing right now. So we had tier 1 go up for Cataclaw. Hello, awesome man, Dong says to Kata. And Cataclaw is making grenadiers and more grenadiers out of his tier 1. We're watching Stalingrad here, and I think this is pretty popularly known as a Soviet favored map. So Cataclaw is at a bit of a disadvantage here, just to begin with. Not sure what Dong is going to do, but since he did not build tier 1, he's probably not going to be using the old Cepha / OMG pop strategy that Cataclaw repopularized recently, where you get a lot of scout cars and put flamethrowers in them and use them to harass the Germans and keep them contained to a small area until you can get out call-in tanks, typically T-34-85s. What do we have? Just lots of conscripts, nothing particularly unusual. With all the close quarters on this map, I think PPSHs are a very strong unit. But it looks like Cataclaw putting down all this barbed wire is going to try to make his home on the left side, just control his munitions, control the fuel, control the VP, and just use that as his base and push out from there.
We have a fresh grenadier squad.
3 grenadiers now from Cataclaw, and I believe what he likes to do in this patch as Germans is to get, very early mines from Dong. I believe what Cataclaw likes to do this patch is to get lots and lots and lots of grenadiers, like 5 or more grenadiers. Our first fight going on as these pioneers lay down some barbed wire, and these grenadiers pop into cover at long range and fighting these guys in the building. They ought to be fine. I'm not sure. Yeah, the cover on this map is so weird. There's lots of places where it looks like you should be able to vault, but you actually can't. And there's lots of places that look like they should have green cover but don't, and lots of places that don't look like they have green cover but they do. Flank coming in here for Dong. No idea if he's got Molotovs, but I guess we'll find out in a moment. It's a nice little flank that he's got set up. I'm sure Cataclaw cannot see them. Yeah, he's got no idea that they're there. Here comes another squad that will be able to make an attack from the other side. 4 grenadiers. And here comes the attack now. If these guys get Molotovs, they could just toss them straight over the top. And here comes the first Molotov. Oh, whoa, that's a spot where it can do a lot of damage from Cataclaw's quick on the retreat. Looks like he's only going to lose 1 man. See, the Pioneers lost a couple of men to this squad of conscripts, but they're gonna get chased off these Grens. These Grens, however, yeah, off they go back to base. Cataclaw's doing a good job of stalling against much larger Soviet forces, but I think this will be the moment that forces him back definitively and lets the weakened Soviets move up. All of the squads in they took a fortuitous retreat path so that they ought to escape safely. And I saw some building going on, and yep, we got medics going up. Let's have a sip of coffee. These Grens, yeah, they really need that healing. So healing's up. Dong is smartly laying mines along the attack path that he suspects Cataclaw is going to take. These conscripts just trying to do as much damage as they can before they're forced to retreat. And they throw a Molotov. Good on Cataclaw. Seeing that, and wow, kills the squad as well. Ooh, don't retreat through the fire! That was an unnecessary loss. This one-man Pioneer squad, oh, he could get killed by an unlucky critical, or lucky critical, depending on whose perspective you're taking. He needs to go back to base. Yep, there we go. Looks like he should be fine. Cataclaw is doing a good job of keeping a handle on the BPs. In the base, are we going to see some tech go up from Dong? Just see this squad standing around doing nothing. We'll just have to check back there again in a minute. And Cataclaw's managed to hold on to his fuel this whole time, but now it's going to get harassed a little bit. Cataclaw trying to push back up to the middle. These Grens are all 3 squads of fully healthy Grens. He's really going to need to get these Pioneers upgraded with a Minesweeper and get them up into the field. Has he teched up at all? No. And with lack of contrast, it's going to make it really hard for me to see any mines around here. These Grens are in a good spot to fend off any attacks. 5 Grens, Minesweepers up, and Cataclaw is in a decent spot. Trading fuels between the 2 players. They're both going to be connected once those flags go up. So these Grens, I suspect they're going to get chased off with these conscripts. So conscript's going to have to cross this road. Very nice move to use Hoorah to get across. And here comes the Molotov. Does Cataclaw notice? He doesn't seem to. Okay. Take another look over here. And these Grens are doing a great job against these conscripts. They're going to trade fuels yet again.
What do you need?
What can Cataclaw see? Probably did not see this combat engineer. I believe there was a mine around here. Yes. Oh, just narrowly avoided. Not sure where these Pios are going. Really should use them in conjunction with the Grenadiers. This may not end well. More Molotovs going in. Nice throw by Dong to predict the Cataclaw would move. And Cataclaw is taking up the tier 1 as those Pioneers run back to base. So they'll probably put that up. He may even want to get a second squad of Minesweepers. He hasn't hit any yet. But when he does, it's going to be painful. And, you know, this is a map with so many narrow alleyways that you can be pretty much guaranteed that there's going to be, if there's one mine, there's going to be many. Molotov goes into the building on the left, and we'll probably see one on the right. If Cataclaw doesn't get the squad out, they could get killed. If they jump out on the left side of the house, yeah, they ought to be able to get a safe retreat path. And then they go back to base. A reinforcing squad of Grenadiers comes up, and we got a fight over on this side as well. And now, there's not enough munitions from our Soviet player to actually throw a Molotov, but I think at this close of a distance, cover actually doesn't come to consideration. These guys might get killed in retreat, so we'll just follow that and see if they do. And looks like he's going to escape safely. No. Can I do this without making everybody vomit? There we go. Grenadiers in houses versus conscripts out in the open. This is clearly in the favor of the Grenadiers, but this squad's got to go back to base. Guys got 6 kills, and they should be able to jump out and just get behind those sandbags and retake the territory. Squad of Panzer Grenadiers coming out for Cataclaw. That's good. This is a map where you can definitely do a lot of engaging at medium range, which is where the Panzer Grenadiers really shine. But I think that he just needs to get another squad of Minesweepers just to have them always out in the field. Another sip of the old coffee. And now it looks like both of the fuels are going to momentarily fall into nice dodge of that rifle grenade, and those conscripts run on back home. So here are the sweepers up here, and we'll quickly check up in the base. Tier 2 is up in the Soviet base. These pioneers are not going to be able to stay here for long. Does he see this mine going down here? No, he does not. He may spot it now. Nope. Looks like he's ignorant of it. It's just unbelievable that he hasn't hit any mines yet. If we had some more forward placement from the Soviet player, then I think we'd probably see a couple mines getting hit by Cataclaw. And this patch mines is gonna get hit. Oh, it nearly kills both squads. Are they gonna go down and retreat? I want to watch this other fight. Yes, and the pioneers do get killed. Two fights going on over here. These combat engineers are in big trouble, but this would be the more interesting fight. Off they go down to 2 men. Let's have a quick look at the tactical map. And we've got 1 squad of grenadiers in the base, 3 squads up in the northwest, squad up here taking shots from quite a great distance against these conscripts in green cover at long range, while these Panzer Grenadiers cap up. That's a good division of labor right there, since the Panzer Grenadier is going to be best against squads coming in like this. Slightly closer. This is a good fight for Cataclaw right here. It's somewhat weakened conscripts getting chased by... Ooh, that sounded bad. Yep, and then there's the first mine hit by Cataclaw. Let's see what goes on here. These Grenadiers are surrounded. They should really get out. There they go. Up here, this fight, these conscripts are holding up surprisingly well. Looks like they're maybe just going to trade off with this one squad, but it would have been much better to have these come around and do a flank the way these shock troops look like they're about to do. Quickly check back here. Fight another extended dudes in cover fight. And these shock troops are going to chase off these Grenadiers, I imagine. Oh boy, they are taking a lot of damage from this concentrated fire. This is also a bad fight with these conscripts, and I just heard another mine go off. I really thought that patch got totally cleared out. So Cataclaw has not picked a commander yet. Let's switch over quickly and just see what Dong has. So, ooh, that was a big hit. So it looks like shock rifle frontline tactics. Excellent commander. It's just one of the default ones that you get from unboxing the game. I think it's one of the best ones for the Soviets, particularly in 1v1. And on a map like this where you can pull off some nice flanks, it's very, very strong. These Grenadiers have to go. That's not a good fight for those conscripts. And what's going on over here? These shock troops, if these Panzer Grenadiers can get into some good cover, they will do good damage against the shock troops while they're in the open. So Tier 2 is teched from Cataclaw, but he doesn't have any pioneers that he can actually use to build anything. Or I should say Tier 3 is teched, Battle Phase 2, very confusingly named. So these shock troops are not in the best of health. Looks like the Panzer Grenadiers might try to pursue them. Here we go, together with the Grenadier squad. This should be an easy fight for Cataclaw to win. The shock troops are so expensive, they should have just retreated earlier. As it is, he might lose them on retreat, but... And the shocks take so long to reinforce, and they cost so much to reinforce that leaving an enemy with just a one-man shock troop is almost worth it. It's almost better than killing him, because you're either left with a somewhat useless squad, or you spend a fortune filling them back up. Good Molotov dodge there by Cataclaw. I was looking right at this squad and I didn't even see them throwing it. So it sounds like a conscript got killed over there. Nice rifle grenade into the ditch, but a good timely retreat. Spares any losses. Here come 3 squads of conscripts, and they are easily going to defeat this Grenadier squad. Man, their health is dropping fast. Off they go. In Cataclaw's base, it looks like we've got Tier 3 going up. Yes, we do. And just some reinforcement happening. Decent prediction. We got Zis coming out up here. A little surprised to not see a Maxim, say, since he's had tier 2 up for so long. Now, what's about to pop up over here? The reconstituted shock troop squad is moving up on these grenadiers, and they catch them in a good distance. These Gren, they just need to retreat. And their retreat is going to be covered by these Panzer Grenadiers, but PGs, they don't want to be close to the shock troops either. Shock troop DPS is so high. Nice attempted rifle grenade, but not quite the right target. Man. Shock troops, they hard to believe they used to be even stronger than that. I think they're definitely a balanced unit at this point. The time that they come in, and the fact that they have no anti-tank whatsoever, although they can mess up a half-track or an armored car with just one of their regular grenades, but they cost a lot. They're extremely expensive. Let's switch over and see how much they actually do cost to reinforce, because I don't remember. Yeah, 32. So it's still less than some German units, but it ain't cheap. If you got 5 men that you have to reinforce, it's gonna set you back. This Grenadier squad, but they'll be okay. Combat engineers get chased off with these squads here. Looks like they hit a mine in this crater. And the Soviet player does not have enough to throw another Molotov. But he didn't need that to win that fight, not from that distance. Vet 3 versus Vet 3. These pioneers are in a bit over their head. They should just fall back. They're not expecting any kind of support. That said, here comes a Panzer IV, but if he tries to just wait for the Panzer IV, he could lose that squad in the meantime. What do we have up here? KV-8 being sneaky up at the top. Great unit for a map like this, where it can sneak in, sneak out. Oh! Assault support picked by Cataclaw. No. I really like assault support, but I kind of feel like if you're gonna get it, you should get it a little earlier, so you can put down a double blitz truck and just, you know, reap the benefits of that over a long period. This Gren's getting the shit burned out of them. They're probably gonna die. Just keep an eye up there and see if they do. They do in fact get killed. P4 engaging from long range. These other squads. Exactly how you want to do it. Looks like the P4 has been retasked to go over and deal with this KV-8 that's rampaging over on the left, and now we get to see a tank fight. Everybody likes those. Some rear armor hits going in, but this P4 is also exposing its rear armor. KV-8 could switch to its main gun and do a bit of damage to the P4. It's not enough for it to win, but looks like Dong may not actually have AT grenades. Oh, yeah, Flamer versus Flamer. You know who's going to win this fight. Let's quickly click over to Dong. He is upgrading AT grenades right now, so it looks like he was saving up his fuel to get that. Oh, those Flamers went down in retreat. Dong's done a good job of preserving his units. I don't remember exactly how many conscripts he had at the beginning. I think he's only lost 1 throughout this entire match. And his army, it's big and it's rather powerful. A Cataclaw is now in a position where he can start building up more tech. And he's calling in an Opel Blitz truck. And he's got a good store of fuel already, and that's going to let him, particularly if he can raise the flag on this point, let him get a Tiger before too long. He's just going to really have to worry about this KV-8 doing so much manpower damage that he can't end up absorbing in the long run. Oh, that was a lot of damage. 4 men down from that shot, and these conscripts could get killed in retreat if they're unlucky. Looks like they will get wiped out. The lamppost absorbs the main gun round from the P4, and that conscript gets to live to see another day. Or, in any case, gets to live to see a few more minutes of this day. This gun is repositioning. If he was paying close attention, he should be able to know that the P4 is over here just from listening to it moving around in the fog of war.
Who wants the Panzerschreck?
Panzerschrecks and these
Yes?
PGs, that's extremely dangerous with the KB8 around. And with these other infantry. Shock troops in particular, man, they get that. Oh, KB8, burninating the countryside, burninating the people. B4 is just soloing everything over here on the left. He could get an AT grenade in his rear armor if these conscripts can get close enough, and looks like they're going to close a distance. Is anybody wanting him to throw it? No, they're going to get wiped out if they keep going forward. And they get wiped out regardless. KVA getting fixed up. Close by. This barrage in here would have been nice, but our certain player does in fact have enough. Does have enough munitions to do that. P4 is going to chase off. Whew, that was a big hit. Chase off the shock troopers. Cataclaw decides that he just needs that fuel now. Calls on another Opal Blitz truck. These squads are so close to each other, but they can't see each other too well. And a frontal deflection, and then a penetration that doesn't do too much damage from these Panzerschrecks. Yeah, so quickly they get to fire 2 shots, and then they have to retreat back to base for expensive reinforcement. So Cataclaw is still several minutes away from being able to afford a Tiger, which is clearly what his plan is. A strafe would be very helpful as well. P4 getting hit by the resist gun. Is he going to be able to back through this little area? Oh, it's showing his rear armor. That's not good, but it gets around the wall. Decides to go back forward again. This is racing forwards. I'd like to see this KV-8 switch to its main gun so that it can do some more damage to this P4. Might be able to fin. The rear armor's exposed. Could do enough to maybe finish it off. This is repositioning. Should be able to get another shot in. Fires but misses. These poor pioneers just rushing around everywhere to try to frontal penetration with this. Does this have tracking? I can't see if it's using it. God, so many Zis snipes this game. These poor Panzer Grenadiers. Cataclaw is sending over a squad on the right to retake the VP over there. The pressure, he shouldn't be feeling the pressure too much. He's got a considerable VP lead. And in the fight over here, these shock troops are easily going to defeat these Grenadiers, but Cataclaw throws down a strafe, so that's going to let him cap the point of safety, and yeah, Dong notices and retreats before he takes too many losses. KB8 doing the scary thing and rolling up, and here comes, I'm not sure what this is. This is the incendiary bombing run, or not bombing run, but incendiary artillery strike. Oh, this is terrible. Wow, where did this IS-2 come from? IS-2 destroys the truck. He's got a couple of minutes to wipe out the rest of Cataclaw's army before Cataclaw can afford a Tiger. And these Vet 3 conscripts, surely he notices this dropped Panzerschreck. Gonna be able to make life hard for Cataclaw. This base doesn't have much time left, I think. KB-8 will probably get destroyed, but the Soviet player can almost afford another one right away. Ugh, big hits from the IS-2. Alright, I want to see these conscripts run up and grab that Shrek and start laying in some rounds. The PGs with just one Panzer Shrek are going to take on this IS-2, but it's got so much frontal armor that it's just deflecting the shots. Bam! Down to 3 men again. Shock troops chased off some more squads up at the top. Nothing can penetrate this thing. Is Dong gonna notice this Panzer Shrek? Maybe not. Dong backs out. I don't know about that. He didn't need to do it. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Up here, these grenadiers found a large chunk of the army of our Soviet player.
Standing by.
And Cataclaw is about to be triple capped once these shock troops move in and take this point. Looks like he's doing the kitty cat thing, licking his wounds. Getting a pack, he's decided that he can't wait long enough. He can't wait long enough to try to get a can't wait long enough to try to get a Tiger. At this point, it's going to be once again a couple of more minutes until he can afford it. Yeah. And this lack of fuel could be the thing that puts Cataclaw in the grave in this game. He's just getting overwhelmed on this side over here. These grenadiers, he needs to retreat now or they could get killed on retreat. If we go back to base, they should be fine. Here comes a pack. I get the feeling we may see another KV-8 soon, although maybe our Soviet player is going to save up for another IS-2. That would just be ridiculous, but if he can wait for another couple of minutes... Oh, sorry, I put my mouse over the wrong thing. He only has to wait for about another 40 seconds, and then he can afford it. Back up to Cataclaw. P4 is carving out some room for the rest of Cataclaw's army to work. The IS-2 must suspect that Cataclaw has something that he just doesn't have. Dong is being smart and putting down mines while he's able to. And finally, a second squad of minesweepers from Cataclaw's Pioneers. He knows that if anything hits a mine, it's going to die. It'll get flooded by infantry, and the IS-2 will come over to finish it off. These PGs give away their position by firing Panzer Shrek at these combat engineers. I think they're playing Quake. Zis versus Pack. The Zis barrage goes in, but looks like the Pack is going to escape easily. PGs have to run away. Thankfully, they don't drop a Shrek again. Not sure what happened to that other Shrek. Got picked up by these Grenadiers. In the middle, the Pioneers get chased off by... well, they're not getting chased off yet. They should be getting chased off by these combat engineers. There they go. Chased off. I was right. This is nearly cleared. But not quite. And there goes that P4 into the mine, exactly where Dong wants him to be. Don't think he can quite range him, the Zis gun, but he should move that up. He can easily get a few more free hits on it. How many kills does this IS-2 have? Only 11. Dong's been using it very conservatively, and now he has a second IS-2 out. There's really no reason for him to push too hard with it. He's got Cataclaw right where he wants him. I mean, if you wanted to try and show off and go for a base annihilation, you could do that, but you know, why throw away a game that you've won? What was that? Incendiary artillery dropped over by this middle strategic point. Ouch. Gren dies. I have to apologize for my voice. I'm suffering quite badly from allergies. And the pack has gotten way too far forward. These Grenadiers are going to try to save it, but this, knowing where the pack is going to let this IS-2 come up and start laying in some shots on everything else of Cataclaw's army. It blasts a nice big hole in that one Panzer Grenadier man. It's MG40, very late MG42, strange choice. Sets up to try to get enough vet to actually use armor-piercing rounds, and then try to see if those will penetrate the frontal armor of an IS-2. Hint, they won't. As double vet Zis, he's probably pretty safe at this point of the game because the IS-2s are doing the lion's share of the work, but it'd be good to see this conscript squad merge into it just to give it a little bit more health. Oh, well, I guess that's out of the question now. It's P4, bad place. Big infantry force, most of Cataclaw's army now moving up to try to fight the IS-2 head-on. I think that was double frontal penetrations. Cataclaw's got enough for the Tiger, and he calls it in right now, as his army is reduced to pink mist. Enough of this stuff with legs, we need something with wheels, says Cataclaw. And we'll see how this Tiger fares against the two IS-2s. If he gets extremely lucky, penetrates all of his shots while they bounce all of their shots, he should be fine. Then he'll just have to deal with all of the infantry and the rapidly declining BP count. Now the Zis gun's going to provide the penetration that... Oh, there goes the P4. Very smart to take that down first. Man, this Tiger is really doing a number on these IS-2s, but with the Zis to do the consistent damage, consistently provide the frontal penetrations. Yeah, our Soviet players gonna be just fine. The Panzer Grenadiers will probably die. You can see that he did in fact use merge to get more men into the squad there. Game well played. That was certainly strong play from Dong. Dong? Well played. Have no idea who you are. I really probably should know. And well played by Cataclaw too, but I think he maybe waited a little bit too long to get that Tiger. Probably could have gotten something else out in the meantime. But I'm sure he'll be right back up on his feet and advancing back up the ladder again. What am I saying, advancing back up the ladder? Pretty sure he's the number 2 spot with Germans right now. Anyway, this was mostly just a sound test, but that was a fun game to watch anyway. So, Computer Heat out. Thanks for watching.